It is October the 13th, 2021. I'm Andy, and this is a Minorcan Mullet Report from the Port of Brunswick today. Well, we got the drone out today and headed over to the port just to take a look, see what was going on. And over at section number 5, the Mars Company, their group of people are beginning the work of getting this section ready for dismantling. I say that because we could see them underneath on those damaged areas. They had aerial lifts, and it looked like they're cleaning up those jagged edges of Section 5 that broke away when Section 5 was picked up. The pieces of deck that were left, it looks like they're trimming those away and getting it cleaned up. We hear there's big things coming for this section. We're kind of anticipating the arrival of some specialized equipment, and we're gonna keep an eye out, and hopefully we'll have bigger news to come about the dismantling of these sections. Keep in mind, this section, Section 5, and the section that is still out in the water, section number 4, are going to be broken down here in the Port of Brunswick and then transported away. And that's certainly understandable, because when you look at this section, and the amount of damage that's been done to it, trying to maintain stability of this section, transiting the Gulf of Mexico, looks like it could be a pretty dangerous event. So yeah, we can understand why they would want to try to get this dealt with here in Brunswick at the port. We see the torches were out, and they were cutting away. You can see those jagged pieces that we're talking about when the section separated during the lift. And of course, they've had a few more cars that were still in the section are getting those out, and just kind of cleaning the section up, I guess, for further processing here in the port. This is going to be interesting to watch this event unfold as they continue trying to get the Golden Ray out of the area. Well, the dry docks that they moved sections 3 and 6 back out to the VB, sections 3 and 6 were on these dry docks, this one and the one behind it. And these pieces were back at the port now, and we could see some more of the debris that has kind of fallen out of those sections since they were placed on the dry dock. One of the dry docks, of course, we know we reported last week, has left the building. It has gone and headed on back to where it came from. And it looks like this guy is in the process of being cleaned up. Looked like they had a skid steer or some type of piece of equipment like that. You can kind of see it right there. Looks like they've been working on those decks, kind of clearing those up. And we expect that activity to continue, get these dry docks cleared, cleaned, and then ready for transport back around to the Gulf of Mexico. Got a little bit of debris to pick up before that happens, but yeah, they're in the process of making that happen. With this section, or this dry dock, I should say, and then the other dry dock, which really isn't in quite as bad a shape. It doesn't have quite as much debris on it, but it still has some. It's going to be cleaned up before it can depart. And here we see the second dry dock section, and looking at it, it still has some debris on it. It's not as heavy as the first section we looked at here in this video, but obviously they still have some some debris aboard this dry dock that's got to be picked up, but they'll seem to be working on it and making pretty good headway. A little bit of the cradle still in place there on the deck. Although it looks like it has been separated, it is still on the deck. And kind of, we expect to see all that material cleaned up before it departs. But we see obviously some vehicle debris there. It looks like some tires, bumpers, who knows, maybe an engine or two down there. But miscellaneous parts, pieces of some of those 4,200 vehicles that were on board the Golden Ray, and then possibly some of the ship itself in there. Maybe we see some chain in there. That's possibly some cutting chain that was used during that section's cutting. But again, all that will be cleaned up before they get ready to transport that piece. We expect that to happen. And then looking back now, this is the Julie B barge, and this now has section 3 and 6 on it. And crews have been busy. We can see that some more cradle or cribbing in the form of structure has been welded onto the barge and then onto those sections. The section there that has where we can see the top side of the ship, we can see a couple pieces of structure that have been welded there to add some support there. It looks like the guys are working on these really quickly and trying to get all this stuff secured, these two pieces, to get ready for its transports back around to Gibson, Louisiana, for processing over at the Mars facility there. And of course, that's a process of first getting it ready to go and then kind of looking at the weather, the long range forecast, where they'll get a weather window where the weather looks acceptable before getting underway with these pieces. And that looks like it's probably going to be a slow trip, but something to see. I'm sure that the folks that are down along the east coast of Florida will be able to get a view of this and around to the Keys as it is offshore and making its way around to the Gulf of Mexico. Well, hey, Minorcan Navy, thanks for joining us again. Hope you enjoyed the video. We're going to ask that if you haven't done it yet, to click on that subscribe link. Give us some thumbs up. Let them know you like what you see. Keep on commenting. We enjoy reading the comments, and we like that interaction with you guys. But most of all, we want you guys to stay safe out there.